So, coming to you guys today to kind of make an announcement digitally right now. So, once again, we're live streaming from our studio at our Restream live studio outside of our Facebook platform. Shout out to Facebook. So, we should be live streaming on Facebook, our website as well, Periscope, IG, and so we live streaming from. Let's see. So yeah, we're on Twitch, we're on Mixer, YouTube, Facebook, not LinkedIn and Periscope. So shout out to all those platforms. So right now, we're at our 13th beta testing for our live streaming website. So we will be launching our live stream website by the end of this month in the first week of June. So the announcement that we're making today as of May 12th. So let me turn the music down a little bit. So everybody can hear me. Okay, so we have our first prototypes for our masks, our N95 washable and reusable masks. So we have the first prototypes that came in the mail today. So shout out to my suppliers for holding us down. We put in for 3 design prototypes. And then we also reached out to some suppliers that had masks that they were making, and so we started kind of a collective where I was reaching out to different artists to commission them to do some designs, and we would provide the technology from some of our suppliers to be able to make a better mask for either the community and our frontline workers, whether CTA, healthcare, whether the police, whether the fire department, or even us senior citizens that are in the nursing home. So, we were coming up with different patterns and things of that nature, and we're still perfecting the pattern, but we have the first prototypes that came today, and I'm actually pretty excited. Actually kind of like a do-it-yourself type of mask. So, can't really show you guys too much, at this point until we have really the finished product. But if you've been following along on our IG story and also on our Facebook story, then you've we've kind of, given you like a brief synopsis of, what we're doing in terms of the technology, because we're not just doing follow up. We're gonna do that. To my people out there, I think that's in Periscope, so let me let them know. Yeah, we're gonna follow up. So Rome to your dome, we're gonna follow up with you. If you add us on IG, Miego USA, MYEGO USA. So if you add us on IG, and then we can follow up, and then we can chop it up from there. So we're mailing the masks out as soon as next week. So around Wednesday of next week, we'll have all the masks in with all the technology. We're going to combine that, and then we're also going to give everybody the first look at the mask. So essentially, what everybody has right now are the surgical masks. Okay, these are the either the 1-ply or the 2-ply surgical masks. And the 1-ply or 2-ply surgical masks technically are only supposed to be used for a certain amount of time. But living in some of where I live, I live in Roseland area, which is considered one of the hot spots for COVID-19. And I also work out west, which I can't remember what the exact zip code I work, but I work between the Pulaski and the Kedzie Holman areas. So that's also another hot spot. So what I've noticed is a lot of the people we have these masks, which are the disposable masks, and what you start to have with these masks are their, even though it's disposable, most people are not going to throw those masks away, if you don't have any garbage cans or anything like that. So it becomes a hazardous, thing in terms of the neighborhoods and things of that nature. And with the government shutdown, we don't have the services to even just come through and to pick those up. Because if these are in true indeed hazardous materials, then they should be disposed of and should be incinerated or taken somewhere immediately. So one of the things that we came up with was how to have some washable and reusable type options. Kind of sort of what the president said, but he didn't really say it in that particular nature. We have to figure out a way to, use them. So what I've noticed a lot of my colleagues are doing, they're making masks, and the masks are the first line of what we need, because what I told people, even if whether you're on the line with COVID and you're saying, why do we need masks or something like that, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, I looked at a lot of what I was doing. I was like, well, it's easy to just sit back and make a mask, but how can we make a mask that can be, again, more sustainable for not only the whether it's community or whether it's, just the earth in general, or just something that, can be reused so, people can also have more on just having to go buy masks that may not be available, because a lot of these masks are not in stock, or the price gouging is going to the roof, because I have a lot of, as I said before, I have a lot of manufacturers reach out to me as early as January, even February, and the price was, 25 box of 25 for $23, just like 90 pennies to $1, but then now they're 25 for $60, and it is what it is, and it takes 30 days just to get those. So if you've really been out there on the front lines, it's hard to really have options with that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not really big on like rubber, plastic, and utilizing that. So we've just coming up with different options, because my first love is fashion. So I figured there's some type of material or some type of I'm scratching my eyes and stuff. That's why I got the glasses on, because I scratch my eyes, and so I childproof myself. So but I figured there was some type of fabric, that I could either source or find to be able to first make masks, because I know a lot of talented artisans and designers, seamstresses, and they're making masks. I mean, we can get masks, but the technology behind that's what I wanted to try to improve on, and even reach out to them to get them to improve on. A lot of people have been very working with me. I mean, if everything goes where I wanted to go, hopefully we'll have more collabs. But I have this one collab that we're gonna get everything. When we get it to pop in, it's gonna be beautiful. But again, what we have right here are these masks, and I've gone to the stores in the communities and seeing what they're selling these masks. They're selling them. Some are, they're helping the community, but again, these cost. So even if they cost 35 cents, you have to wait 30 days to get them, and most of these are coming from China. So again, no matter how you feel about whatever COVID-19, most of the products are coming from China. When the governor sent the plane overseas, where did he go? He went to China. I mean, if you can buy these here, again, that's American labor and things of that nature. But without getting into much of that, if you can't get them here because we're out of stock, where do you have to go? You have to go somewhere else. But again, if these are 35 cents in China, these may be 65 cents in America. But again, the supply, the demand, the supply is not meeting the demand. And so if you're going to pay more for just something that you're just going to toss and throw away. So, so my thing was, if you're going to have something, let's have something again that you can wash maybe 5 or 6, not 5 or 6, but maybe 10, 20 times. And then if you decide to toss it good, go buy another one. I mean, but then we have to wrestle with price and demand. So I found options, and we have here at Miego USA, we have 3 volumes at this point. And the price points are $15, $25, and $44. 44 is the magic number. But we have in the 3 levels, basically each mask that is purchased will be able to purchase 2 masks to keep masks in stock, and also to purchase the technology that goes behind the mask. Because once again, what we're doing are not just masks, we're doing technology that is behind the mask that will help the mask not only be more sustainable, but help the mask actually stop whatever pollutants that, I'm saying, maybe in the air, maybe in whatever room that you go into, or just a cough or what have you. So what we have also, I can show you, is we have these masks. So these are your N95 masks, but these masks are very hard to get. So technically, these are the masks probably that everyone should be walking around with, not necessarily the surgical masks. Because again, the surgical mask, even if they're 1-ply or 2-ply, it's not going to, necessarily stop any pollutants that cover here. But again, these are good to have, just in case. But initially these masks are at least normally they're $3.95. Normally these masks were initially $3.95. So the original, not the original, but the N95 mask right here, and this mask comes from China. So this mask right here comes from China. So this one may be $195 if I ordered this before the quarantine, before COVID-19, back in January or even back in November. Now this is second mask right here. This blue one, see everybody. So the blue one is made by 3M, which is an American-based company, and they're located here. And 3M makes a lot of the manufacturing, construction equipment, whether the reflective equipment that you see on the back of the construction workers, or even they have, that's made by 3M. That's manufactured by 3M company. So again, these are Chinese. These are 3M. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. But again, this comes from Asia. This comes from China. This comes from America. This 3M, but they're both the same. But again, both of these masks cost. At this point, this mask may be $7. And not too many people have 7 masks, but if you want to walk around with a mask, this mask has the technology. It has a carbon. Does it have a carbon filter? But it has more of a filter, again, to be able to stop more pollutants than this does. Okay? So whether you have this mask, but again, this mask right here, I know for a fact $3.95. Before, this was about $2.95, $1.95. But they're both essentially the same. Doesn't matter. This has the technology that you may want to walk around with if you have the money to be able to buy this. But if you're buying boxes of these, they come in boxes of 12, but they could be $45. And again, these are not supposed to be worn every day, but again, depending on where you're at, the environment that you're in, it can last 3 to 10 days. But this is not your just mask that you're going to wear for the whole month. That's defeating purpose. Okay? So again, when I went to different stores, I went up the street to one of the bodega stores, and one of the bodega stores they were selling like the little neoprene masks, which are neoprene. I'm always iffy with neoprene, because neoprene, you really have to wash those, and even when you wash those, if they're not washed right, you can't wash them with anything else, because you wash them with anything else, neoprene, kind of, it can hold in, certain, whatever, and so I'm always iffy with neoprene. So when I looked at the neoprene mask, I figured that those are the type of masks that probably needs the exhaust valve. So what I did was I found the technology, which is, again, where the president did the tour of the factory, which is Honeywell. Honeywell makes the exhaust filters that go on the mask. So what I did was I reached out. Again, you can't really reach out any of the suppliers overseas now, because all of the ports are shut off. So it takes 30 days to get certain material. So if you didn't have masks before May 1st, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be walking around with one of these masks. Or if you have the money and you're essential, and either your job has provided these or you bought these, you're working around with this. So before the COVID, during the wintertime, I had ended up buying me one of these masks. And this is actually 3M technology, because again, this is reflective. So this is 3M. This right here is 3M. No matter who made this mask, this technology right here, anything reflective, 3M has the pattern that came from it. So what I looked at with this mask was, kind of a baklava type, and it's pretty dope. So everybody can see that. And even with this mask, what we wanted to do was we wanted to line this mask right here and inside with the material. So even if you're wearing this mask in the wintertime, you will be able to have, again, a protected shield from whatever the pollutants and everything like that. So this is what actually, piqued my interest in actually starting to make masks. So when I got this, I was like, oh, this is before the whole quarantine and everything. And I just was getting it, just because, Chicago weather and the wind and everything like that. But, again, when we looked at, the mask, we needed to find, again, the technology to be able to, So, again, we found the technology. And that is the reason that, I'm doing the whole live stream today, to be able to announce that we are doing our mask. So if everybody's just tuning in now, that is what we're basically talking about. Right? So with the technology, with the mask, again, when I was going out and I was walking with my mask on, I felt that my mask, and anybody who wears glasses, you were seeing that if you have these masks on all day, your glasses start to, fog up, because when you're wearing these, the wind or the breath, your breath is going to ricochet right off of this, and then it's either going to go up or going to go right back here. So just like anything, I tried to figure out what's the way to eliminate it. So when I seen a lot of those masks initially earlier, even with anyone who rides bikes or motorcycles and stuff, they have masks on and stuff like that, just not for protective, but also to protect them from the elements. So what we did was we found the actual valve. And these valves are made by Honeywell, or you can find some other companies that make valves. And these are basically air exhaust valves. And you can't see it, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, this is the front part, and it's a cap. And if you can't really see it right here, when you open up this, it's a cylinder end that spins. So this goes on to your mask. So everybody can see that. So what you do is you cut a hole inside of here. I'm sorry. So, going the wrong way after the cameras. All right. Let me do this. So it's glare. Okay. So yeah, there it is. So what you would do is you're going to cut a hole in there. You're going to insert this in here. And this right here is like a key. You take the key, turn it, and then you have, let me see. I'm going to take this off. Please excuse my haircut. So essentially, this valve right here, and I can't see it without that, but this valve would go, again, on your mask. But you would cut the hole right there, and the valve would go here, and basically that would regulate your breathing. So your breathing will be able to flush out through the mask, versus flushing up, fogging up your glasses and doing that stuff. So those are, for people who wear glasses on the regular and have to wear the mask and doing all of that particular stuff. So I noticed that just when I was testing these and going out and, with my shades on, getting some vitamin C from the sun. So again, we were providing the technology for our masks and for our collective mates that are making masks. It's not necessarily, just making masks for us. We're actually providing the technology behind making the mask. And, once everything opens up, we have some other things to really announce with some fabric mill companies in regards to excuse me, no corona, but some fabric mills um, that have certain fabrics that we're going to actually equip our mask with moving further. So these first volumes are once again the prototypes, but the prototypes, they're workable, washable, reusable masks with the carbon activated filters, and volume 2 and volume 3 has the exhaust valves. Volume 1 doesn't have the exhaust valve, but it has the carbon activated insert along with the mask that's washable, reusable. So all of our masks are washable and they're reusable. 2 of the masks have the exhaust valve along with the carbon activated filter, and volume 1 just has the carbon activated filter without the exhaust valve. So again, each level is $15, $25, $44. We're working on a less expensive one, maybe $5 to $7, but that one will not have the only one that won't have the carbon activated filter. But each mask will either provide 1 to 2 masks to keep masks in stock, and then we'll eventually get to the point where we're going to the most adverse and affected areas, and we're going to either give masks away for free, or we're going to provide them to officials to be able to provide them to the community. It won't be a large assortment, but hopefully I'm shooting for maybe 500 to 1,000. But right now we have over 100 limited edition Volume 1 to Volume 2, Volume 1 to Volume 3 masks, and allows every purchase of those masks will allow me again to keep masks in stock, and also a price to be able to get masks out there to the people. So the quicker that I'm able to do that, the quicker I'm able to get more masks, more less expensive masks than even what you're buying in the stores. And again, we can keep this moving forward. That's was that movie with a kid, bought something and was like pass it forward. So essentially that's what it is. It's passing it forward. Each mask is going to buy another mask, it's going to buy another mask, going to buy another mask. And all it is either word of mouth or advertising. So we're going to have some advertising that we're going to do in regards to this. We're going to send it directly to some individuals. And then we're also going to approach some individuals and let them know about the technology that we're developed within the mask and why they should, think about purchasing masks from us. Because I noticed again, they're going to several stores in the neighborhoods. They're getting it. They have a source. They have their suppliers from somewhere, and the masks are, some prices, but again, don't have the technology that we're going to provide with our masks. So again, right now I'm working with collectives. If you would like to be a part of the collective, let me know. I've reached out to some of people that I totally respect in the game, and they said yes, and I have to do my part. And and we can take our time with it because I think it's gonna really take off. But at the same time, we're looking for more people to join the collective. Right now, the Volume 1 masks are being made from a company that's been affected by COVID-19 in Los Angeles. So shout out to them. They're providing 10 masks. 10 masks with the filter pockets to be able to insert the cartridge, the carbonated cartridge. And so shout out to them. So, it takes some time to really create the mask. And I'm paying, them basically, for their time and for their efforts. And, I'm saying, so it's my way of giving back. And, they're getting the mask to us. I think it was about I placed the order on the 10th of May. And, they're going to get the mask to us by Friday. I think it's Friday or Saturday. And so, but we have the cartridges and everything already in house. We have over hundreds of those. So we're going to start reaching out to some of some of the affected areas. Either, like I say, my first guess is probably even going to the nursing homes and being able to see what we can do in that particular aspect. And like I said, reaching out to some different businesses within the neighborhoods. And like I said, just trying to do a part. But yeah, next week is going to be a big week because Wednesday I definitely know everything will be in. We'll have all the masks in. We'll be able to inspect them. Just make sure everything is up to our standards and make sure that's what we put forward. And then we'll be able to go with the first prototypes, and then at that point, I'll be able to get everything to my crew, and let them take their time because they're doing some very big projects, so I don't want to disturb that. And then we'll be able to develop more, like I said, better prototypes moving forward. And I really want to show you guys the tech, but we're gonna the tech. I mean, this is enough. I mean, again, this is one of the pieces that you need. And again, I watched the news conference and everything. So, I mean, when I saw the president go to Honeywell, I've always seen Honeywell. I've known what they've done, but not necessarily in terms of how they were really. What they were doing in regards to the pandemic and how important that a company like that is, you know what I'm saying? And so when I looked at it, I was like, for sure. Well, how, do you, get, because I wanted when they said you needed, face masks, I thought we was going to need some, like army face masks. So I was looking like $300-$400 type stuff. I mean, I don't got $300-$400 to spend on face masks, but I mean, that's how I was looking at it. And so, I just started doing research, a lot earlier, and I just started to figure out how we could, mimic that same technology on that. Not necessarily, but in the mainstream type method. See what I'm saying? Because, corporate America, rich folks are going to have, they're going to, kind of be prepared, what I'm saying, the best they can. And I was actually talking to a group earlier, and we was kind of like, man, it's crazy that we are, like mad that the government is not providing things that they should provide because this pandemic it's affected the people, but, this is why we have people in place to be able to stop things like this before it happens. And in all actuality, I mean, that's just being fair in terms of, you going to work every day and, you're not, don't know anything about, a pandemic unless you're really tuned in and paying attention. But even then, you're not thinking it's not going to, and then it does. And, it's like, well, who's responsible? And I guess when we're going, through it, we're not necessarily thinking, we're just, thinking of self-preservation. And, I never thought like we're going to go buy some toilet paper and stuff like that. I'm thinking like, yeah, I mean, mask up, even if you have to change, certain aspects of, your life, you have, that's what you have to do, that's what you have to do. So, yeah, man, I looked at it, I was like, earlier, I was like, we have to have some similar technology to be, prepared. And when have we ever, look for the government to really do anything for us? You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, you know what I'm saying? I'm just as American as the next person, but, whether Bush is in office or Obama, you know what I'm saying? I voted for Obama twice, and, I enjoyed myself during the Obama era. I wasn't worried during the Bush era, whether it was Pappy Bush or, Junior. So Trump is no different. I mean, so, but at the same time, when he showed up at Honeywell, I was like, oh, let me see him. Oh, well, I guess this company, hey, these little things right here. I mean, I was just like, that's, for me, that I looked at it like, we have to, take 5 or 10% of what they're saying is true for me and just figure out what we're going to do with that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was Dr. Fauci or, Dr. Burks, wash your hands, but also wear a mask. Okay, well, I couldn't just wear this mask. You know what I'm saying? And I know, and I started looking at other people what type of masks they had. And, a lot of people had these masks. But then, again, these masks cost. So what if you don't have $3.95? Well, you have to either make do with what you have. I've seen people walk around with bandanas, baklavas. I've seen people walk around with actual, gas masks. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, that would have been me if I had the money. I mean, never could be too sure. But at the same time, as an artist, as a designer, I wanted to, make my part, do my part, but also create something that, is not disposable, something that's sustainable, something that will last, something that if it comes back, then we're prepared. And we have the technology. And if we start now, and this is my challenge, so to all of my people out there, if we start now, then, what I'm saying, we'll be prepared versus, and then again, there's shortages on paper, shortages on meat, shortages on food. So, again, I'm not going to try. I mean, if prices are $65 for these masks now, they'll be double that. And there'll be nothing you can do about it. I mean, essentially. So, again, just, preparing for, what we have to prepare for. And if not, then it's rather be safe than sorry. And, so, and again, I'm doing my live stream at, shout out to Restream. They also allowed me to, we can invite people on to our live streams now, which is dope. So I can invite 2 people on. But I'm going to figure out how to work it out and figure out how to invite some people on to live stream and see if they want to come on, see if, some of the people that's behind the scenes that's helping me want to come on and show their face. I have to show my face now because it's the only way I can get the message out and keep everybody abreast of what we're doing and how we're doing it and being transparent with it. If I could provide masks for free, I would. And I'm on my way to providing masks for free, but I have to sell these masks to be able to provide those masks. And we have a supplier that's going to give us 2-ply masks for like pennies on a dollar and some quality. But again, we have to provide the technology behind that because the technology is one thing, the mask is one thing. So to all of my collective creative artisans out there, whether independent or the technology behind the mask is what's going to sell the mask. Okay? So whether you're making masks, invest in the technology. So, because I've looked at it from a perspective of I don't have kids, but I have nieces, I have nephews, I have cousins, and I have people that I know that can care about their kids. So you have to look at it like this. If, they go back to school, if the CPS is not providing masks for which I believe, and I'm, you just know me, I just gotta get it. If CPS is not providing the mask, which they should provide the mask, but in case they don't provide the mask, because I thought about it, I was like, to really provide every person in America a mask, it's a daunting task, but it's a lot of money. So that's probably why you've seen your local municipality not provide masks, because how can they provide masks to everybody in the city? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could. I mean, I'm great with logistical, and I'm really good with logistical. Well, that's it. But providing 1 to 2 masks for every person in the city is pretty difficult. But as we've seen with Willie Wilson, with Dr. Willie Wilson, with also with the aldermans and everything, if you set up different depots and drop them off, and again have people come up there and have people disperse them, you can get the masks to the people. But again, what we're doing is the first line of defense is with the disposable masks. But again, the disposable mask can create hazmat, and that's an airport term, but a hazardous material problem, which if those masks are not thrown away. So again, the next phase, I believe, of this should be washable, reusable masks. Whereas, again, even if people don't have a washer and dryer, they can put some soap in some water, wash it up, let it air dry, with the sun, and again, and if they have the technology already built into the mask, either through the fibers or the textiles, or they have a carbonated activated cartridge to be able to insert themselves or already built into the mask. So that's what we're trying to do. Well, that's what we have done. I'm not saying trying to do because it's already done. We have it. And that's why I've probably been mumbling off on this whole live stream this whole time. But, it's a proud moment. And I just want to tell everybody it's a proud moment. And, and we kind of ended with that one. But the mask will be available this 19th, May 19th. So 5/19, the mask, all the masks will be available. The first limited edition, limited quantity masks are 70 masks that we have right now. We have 70 masks available in stock. But we're only, at this point, we have 20 masks that we're making available immediately as that we're giving to individuals. And then we're going to do a whole release behind this next week. But we're approaching, whether it's different companies and, and seeing if, they will, if they're going to, if they need masks. And we're going to approach different other businesses to be able to see if they need masks as well. And organizations, excuse me. And that will be able to put more money on the street. And, because, again, this is an economic stimulus package in our particular case where, we're working with different artists, and that's what I want to do. I was challenged, by, some individuals to put your skills and, your money where your mouth is. So I took $500 and essentially start on the process to be able to create these masks. And with that $500, we're looking to generate either that money back to be able to make more masks again, or to be able to generate more money to be able to provide more masks at an even lower price than our three levels, which again is $15, $25, and $44. And that's with free shipping if you're outside of Chicago, 2 to 3 day shipping. And shout out to United States Postal Service, our essential workers over there. The young lady who delivered my package, I was so giddy because they said that they delivered it, and I almost approached her, still 6 feet away from her though. She was a very nice young lady, and I just had to get the package. I was just so geeked but it came in 2 days, and I ordered it. Oh, got it. So, and those came today, and if once you place the order, send the cash app, your mask is, it's, and basically one thing, because I've been in logistics and distribution, and one thing about it, 2-3 day, if I get it off by 11 p.m., you'll get it even faster depending on where it is. So I'm definitely going with the United States Postal Service. But we have FedEx and UPS options available too. So shout out to FedEx, our essential workers. I've been seeing more FedEx and UPS trucks. Man, they've been out here. Real talk. So, and we're going to get the shipping to you. So do not worry. If you place an order with us, those orders will get to you within 2 to 3 days. Priority United States Postal Service mail. But if you need it quicker, then that's definitely something that you have to pay for. But the price is, free shipping is built into the price. Volume 3, which is our top of the line mask, is our carbonated nylon mesh. It's a carbonated nylon mesh mask with the exhaust filters, which are these. And it has exhaust filter and has the carbonated cartridge, reusable, which means you can pop this out, put your new cartridge in, pop this back in, and then you're ready to go. So that's the top of the line, and it's $44. And what that $44 is allows us to make 2 more masks. So one purchase of 1 mask makes 2 more masks. So essentially you have 3 masks that we'll be able to have out there on the street for people who need those masks. So those masks are for my bikers, for my runners, for my athletes, even for our frontline workers. Those are top of the line masks. And that mask price will go down. The more masks that are purchased, that price will go down. It's only so low that we can keep that mask to be able to turn the profit, to be able to put, because this is not about profit. This is more so about putting masks out there in the street. And I want people to understand that. This is not necessarily about, I want to, because I don't necessarily have to really, if COVID-19 didn't eliminate one of my jobs, I would have the money to really just put, what I'm saying? But again, it's at the same time, there's only so much one person can do. So I looked at it, I was like, well, there's strength in numbers. So, we all basically put our money together. So it's a pyramid scheme, but it's a pyramid scheme the way it should go, because the top mass is going to make all the mass at the bottom come alive. And whether you're at the volume 2 mass at $25, that would make all the other mass at that particular level, the $15 mass, which could create 3 masks. So every one mask you buy for $15 is going to create 3 more masks. So we're going to put that mask back into production. It's not going in pockets. It's not lining pockets. It's going right back into production. Whereas you have the warehousing of actual masks, so if you need, and again, these are washable, reusable. These are more than 30 days. The fabric and everything like that is top, whether it's antimicrobial fabric or cotton. We're going to find, we're trying to source the the fabric that baby shoots, because the FDA and all they have to, one thing about children, the fabric that goes on any with the children's body skin has to be regulated. So we want the mask to fit the actual guidelines, that whether it's the World Health Organization, CDC, or whomever, we want those to fit to be, because they're telling you right now, most of these masks are saying they're saying it's not going to stop this, but if you just need a mask, it's just, you got a mask. So if you're paying $7 for that, $10, $15, that's not out of the question. If you were, maybe if you're frontline, or I call myself non-essential because I lost my job, so I'm not essential. But to say, shout out to my former employers, but it allows me to my artisan, my designers and architectural type skills to use. So yeah, let me see what else do we got. So we're gonna jump. So yeah, once again, all the masks will be fully functional. Maybe even a website popping up in the middle of next week. All masks will be available May 19th, and we will have pre-order information flyers on our website and on our Facebook pages, and even on our IG, so people can pre-order. But if you want to contact me directly, contact me at 773-998-1954. That's my Google number, but it got to get everything together because everything's all over. I've just been literally holding, just trying to create all of this stuff. So please bear with me, everyone. I've not done any T-shirts. I haven't done anything, and related to that. Everything production is going into using mental power to actually come up with a solution for these masks. And, so now I'm coming about, the creative funk, so to speak. And, so we'll be making T-shirts, and doing some other stuff. Then also I was just working with a company out west, and we were handling logistical and distribution for their masks. And so, it was like a 2 week, I think it was 2.5, 3 week process. So I was doing that for I think 9, 10, 11 hours. So I was working the last, up until last, this past I was working there. So it took Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. But we had already had the mask that we were creating and everything in the process, in the loop. We were just waiting for all to get to go ahead. And so we're just moving forward with our mask. And but it's just so many people that's doing just some amazing things. They were making masks on a large scale. I mean, I was seeing, they were selling their masks for $10, and again, everyone that I know that are doing masks minus the tech. You know what I'm saying? But again, the technology is something that, um, in my case, I believe, it's needed. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I saw. I was like, people, are paying $10 for them, and their masks are, washable, again, reusable, great masks, different sizes, um, different colors. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I looked at, I was like, well, $10, is a pretty decent, what I'm saying, price for a mask. You know what I'm saying? If you plan on using the mask over again. Um, and I've seen masks for $20, $30, $40. But again, even if I've seen it for $20 or $30, either it had the technology built in or it didn't have the technology, which I'm not going to pay $30 for a mask, $20 for a mask unless it has the technology. And again, if you're paying 12 of these masks right here, if you're wearing the N95 mask right here, these masks, box of 12, box of 24 can run you $45. So this is my pitch to everyone. It's like $44. I'm not paying $40. When they see the mask and you see the technology, because I don't necessarily sell anything that I don't either wear myself, I don't test myself, or again. So I'm gonna wear the mask. What was my baby say? Nobody cared who I was until I put on the mask. So I'm gonna wear the mask, and a lot of people are gonna wear the mask, and but it's the price hopefully goes down. Once we get everybody on board, that I'm hoping, and I'm reaching out to people. I'm kind of doing my Swiss Beats impression and really getting some wonderful creatives to get on board, and I had to do it quickly. At this point, to reach out to suppliers to be able to make sure that everything functioned the way it needs to, but so we can go underground and do what we do and let them do, because they're doing some amazing things. And I'll let them tell it. I can give, shout outs, but I'll do that once I get the clearance. I don't want to, but they're doing some really, really big things, some things that I'm just like, wow, that's beautiful, just beautiful, just beautiful. And people are making masks, and I encourage any creatives who have, a space, get a sewing machine, get a surgeon, create some magic. You know what I'm saying? People always want to know, I'm not sewing, not now. Not now, I'm not sewing. I will sew, but if I don't have to, I won't. That's why I have super friends for it. Super friends to do it for me, and I'll pay them. That's what we're doing. This is my way of stimulating the economy, putting some money on the street. I mean, we're still waiting for $1,200. We're still waiting for the call back from unemployment. So we got to put some money on the street. So I figured $500 is my way of stimulating. When I worked out west for the company, they were making, the mask, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna work out here, and then when the contract is up, I'm gonna use that money to be able to, instead of spending it, I'm gonna in a sense invest it. Shout out to my man Knowledge, Kids in the Hall, my man Jabari. Black businesses, black banks. Where do you think I'm gonna put this? I got money in Chase and Bank of America. Who doesn't? But you best believe we're gonna open up a account, Watch Agrees, in some type of black business bank. Whether it's I think we have an urban partnership. Did I see that? I don't know if the urban partnership is still out west, but whether it's Seaway, we'll find definitely a bank to be able to do some business with in our community, because again, I'm based in the Roseland, Pullmore. I said Pullmore. I always say Pullmore. Rosemore, Pullman, Roseland area. And so, but it's a lot of areas that encompass that area. So we're going to reach out to a lot of businesses. See, and not try to see if they will, want to, purchase the mask for, again, locals. That's why I want people that are here. Initial got suppliers in LA, but I've done business with people in LA for years, did business with people overseas for years. I'm from Chicago and I'm from the South Side, and I've been out west. And actually, I've been out west getting a lot of money, man. South Side, we got to change that. We gotta change that, man. I've been getting money out west. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my people out west. And up north. Shout out to my man up north. They know what it is, man. But we gonna get money outside too. We gonna get money all over Chicago. That's the whole point. This is a Chicago thing, and I think we all gotta come together. I'm down to come together and work with artists. Hopefully, they're down to come together and work with me. But whenever we're ready, we go, whenever we're ready. I think it's that time. And I woke up. Woke up. Got on IG Live, man. So I'm off of Swiss Beats high right now. So I was listening to Swiss Beats at like 6 o'clock before this. So for real. So let's collab. Any of the brothers here in Chicago. But again, if you have a space, man, get those sewing machines in there. Get surgeons in there, man. Because I currently don't have a space, but if I did have a space, definitely I would have surgeons running. Get your, designers, or if you sew, sew them. And figure out what you can sew in an hour, and I'll figure out what you can sew in a day. Get the material, and rock out. Because believe it or not, there's, it's whether the stay-at-home lifts next month, people still going to need masks between now and the end of the year, I would say, and even into next year. And there's still going to be nostalgic purposes. And, you always need, now that we see exactly what this is about, you're always going to need one in your back pocket. So, why not create? Use as a time to create. Hell, if we can come up with patents at this point, why not? What I understand, a lot of, genius ideas or just ideas in general, whether it's businesses, it come from out of times like this, times of hardship, depression, recession, whatever it is. But like my man said earlier, like I said, I was like, man, Joe, when did we want government cheese and shit? We just want the government to give us $1,200. Like, the company I was working for, they was to see when it was coming out and shut down. They were trying to figure out they tried to play. I was full time. They tried to play me like I was part time. I knew what time it was when I went into the office, and I looked them in the face. I was like, y'all got more problems than y'all got with me. But the fact that they didn't necessarily want to pay that unemployment, because there's so many people on unemployment, people can't pay all that unemployment. That's why all these city officials acting like, we can't tell that website on the website. They know what it is, man. People ain't picked up phones in weeks. Literally, weeks. You know what I'm saying? You go to a website, all of a sudden, error. You just filled out 2 hours, error. Like, what error? And then you still got to wait on whatever HR person to be like, oh, yeah, to approve the case. They might not. And I've been an independent contractor. I haven't really, worked on the unemployment line. The assistant from the government. If you were making $70,000, you know what I'm saying, before this hit, who wants even $2,000 a month? You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't your lifestyle. And I've always worked to, fund my passion, which is fashion. You know what I'm saying? And now we're more essential than ever. Just some of us entrepreneurs haven't realized that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of us are starting to realize that. I've seen a lot of people who didn't have sewing machines before got sewing machines. And I love it. I love it because, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's like if every person got a sewing machine in America and started sewing, really everybody would have a mask. Because, you're just supplying, because believe me, man, them people out west was getting orders every minute. They didn't want me to sit down. They didn't really want me to get, but I'm me. I already know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I was one day and I'm like, yo, we're getting orders every minute. It's millions of billions of people not only on the earth, but you know what I'm saying, across America in Chicago, it's 17 million people. And, you know, it's a total. In the actual city, I believe it's 11.5, 13.5 million. You know what I'm saying? When we break it down to 60628, see, again, I used to do, but just like I know zip codes, I know zone. I mean, it don't take me much to just sit back and break it down. Like I've been living in 60628. That's why all the people who work, essential workers, non-essential workers, but everybody has a house in 60628 in between those zip codes. African American black folks live. So everybody does not live downtown, though they may work downtown in that particular area. They live out south. You know what I'm saying? We catch the L. You know, we pass 55th, 35th. Other people don't necessarily go past that, but we do. All the way to the end. People are like, where you live at? I had to tell people at the airport, so I had to explain it to them, like, so you catch the blue line? Like, yeah, but where you catch the blue line to? To Jackson. Damn, where you go from there? Like, well, to 95th. 95th. Then they have to, like, compute that shit and be like, oh, shit. Damn, you come out here 2.5 hours. Yeah, 2.5 hours. Shit. Like, they couldn't compute that shit. Like, you coming all the way from where? And you had to catch a bus just to get to 95th and then come all the way out to O'Hare? Why? You know what I'm saying? But again, you know, so I look at the map, you know, every day I see the hot spots and I'm like, you know, again, if all things being equal and the government were going to provide us with anything, they would provide us with these. Trump is a real estate magnate. Construction workers have these. They have. Well, you know, not probably now because, again, they know these can only be used for a certain amount of time, you know. So, but most people are walking around with these. So, you know, again, as a artisan, as a creative, but also as a businessman, I figured these have to be essentially phased out. These are good. So someone like Dr. Wilson, who had, again, Dr. Wilson pushed that button on the machines. It cost to run those machines. The operation that we're running out west had manpower, had actual people sewing. So that costs, whether you're going at the lower end of the scale or the higher end of the scale. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we were getting in. I was like, oh, man, they called me. It was like, man, we need you come on over here. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing. And, you know, I already know I know operations. I mean, it's like I stepped in and saw what it was. But what I really saw was like, yo, the demand is real. We was humping before May 1st. And then after May 1st, it still was, you know, they were getting orders all around the country. You know what I'm saying? As far as New York, Alaska, New York, you know what I'm saying? I ain't looking at people's names and them, but I'm just looking at the address and the zips. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? These people just wasn't consolidated to Illinois. And that's what I was just like, well, and I'm just thinking 606. I mean, not even I'm just thinking like that because I've been places I've been seen, you know, and done that. But I'm here for me. And I'm just like, I see just the immediate need and, you know, my view from 3 miles in this direction, 3 miles in that direction, 3 miles there, 3 miles there. Like I see the immediate need. So if I even get to thinking like that, it's over. But again, it takes time, it takes resources. But the idea, everything is there. It's been there. You know, it's there. And, you know, again, that's why, like I said, I'm here not just because if it's for myself, I wouldn't encourage my creators. And I know they're already on this, but I would encourage them like, man, you know, you got the first part. Now the second part is what I'm saying with the technology. And once you know, do that, you take off. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not lying. You know, because again, if these are selling a pack of 5 for $5.99, and they sell, I went to the store yesterday, and I'm just going, so you know, I go to these stores, they don't know what I mean. I just going there buy something. I'm looking like, okay, how many? I'm counting. I'm almost counting in my head. Oh, he had like a whole box. He ain't got that box today. Now, what other masks you got? All these $4.99. Cool. All right, cool. They $4.99. How much you getting them for? But again, they wash reusable. But it's not gonna. It's not. It's just like I just got a mask on. And we worrying about like why people keep getting infected and everything like that because these masks ain't protecting shit. So if and again, nothing's really gonna protect you from if it's really like it. We can't be protected from these, not even just from this. But my thing is this: being prepared rather than not. These aren't gonna do it. If these aren't gonna do it, these aren't gonna do it. But we still have to be prepared. And at the end of the day, that's my mentality with it. And that's what we have to do as a people. Like we have to put all our collective minds together. I mean, just because we can't come, we've been on the internet for years. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't. This is actually easier for me to do stuff. That's why companies they like, oh, you want to try this software out? Hell yeah! Shout out to Restream. That's why I'm shouting out Restream. And even Facebook, man, all the stuff that I be sharing, because I could be considered militant to others, and people don't even know that, and they don't, because at the end of the day, I'm pretty versed in what I share, what I speak, and and Facebook fuck with me. So shout out to people at Facebook Chicago. Them too, IG, but I'm not really even utilizing the technology the way I really can. So I'm not on it every day, and you know what I'm saying, bringing the message. I have my behind it, but I'm trying to get more and trying to do more behind the scenes and tell people, be more transparent with it, so people will know exactly what's going on. I mean, like, like this is what it is. Like we're gonna provide masks even for $5. Even the $5 mask is gonna buy 5 masks. One purchase is gonna literally purchase 5 more masks. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a supplier literally gonna give us. They're gonna manufacture some pretty decent masks, but they're not gonna have the technology behind it. But all the rest, that's volume 4 of that. But that's almost phase 4, where once we get those masks, we're damn near giving masks out for free. Because if one mask can purchase 5, we can literally take those 5 masks and give those away. See what I'm saying? So that's how I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? $500 can, it's not the money. It can turn in, 500 masks now. At this point, we have materials, technology, and the masks to be able. We have 20 masks, but we'll have 70 full-fledged by May 18th. So $500 created 70 masks. And that's going to hopefully create the infrastructure and also, help, create the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Because if I could sell all those masks out, if I could, if I could sell those masks out, and if I could get other masks in, then like I said, they'll keep generating on a either weekly, monthly basis. I mean, if they can fly out the way, I'm hoping, then, it'll definitely be like something operation that we can do daily, and then we can really reach out to the people that we're looking to reach out to. But I have one definite wonderful artist. She's out of this world, and those would be classic if, we can really do that. And she just told me source the material. So I'm letting her know if she's watching this, and you know what I'm saying, that I'm not moving on without you, never. We're actually going to, work on exactly what we said we was going to work in, because I told her to let her know. So once I source the product and once everything opens up within the next week or so, we'll be able to just do that, get her the pattern, and she's going to pretty much get the credit for all that, because it's going to be her work. I'm just nudging the right people to say. That's kind of what I do, and those be like volume 5. So each volume we're gonna get better. Each volume is gonna be highlight maybe even a different creator. But the company out in LA, they're making, like I said, the 10 masks. Those are some dope masks, and they did them again. We're providing those at 15, so we'll be able to do 3 masks. So one $15 mask we'll be able to put in the order for 3 more masks. So that's how we're doing it. We're not putting the money in the pocket like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I mean, I'm out of work and everything, but whenever I need to live on, eat and travel, get around, but most of this stuff is going to materials, paying the workforce, whether it's our suppliers or our creators, mailing, logistical. So whether I'm doing drop offs here in Chicago, because I'm gonna be personally delivering to people in Chicago, whether it's making drop offs to centers, nursing homes, businesses, it's gonna be me. I'm gonna be doing the dropping. You know what I'm saying? So you get hey, it's P, it's John. You know what I'm saying? I'll be showing up, and dropping it in the mailbox, throwing my little. But I will be also going through the United States Postal Service because we want to highlight their work. But we'll be getting that in 2 to 3 days. You can guarantee that. Hold me to that. If you place an order, it'll be there to you in 2 to 3 days, unless we don't have it in stock. Now, if we don't have it in stock, then that is a good thing. But it's also a thing that we're going to trust. We have some a little bit of capital, this backing. It's not much, but a little bit that we're going to open again. And again, shout out to my man Jabari. Shout out to Jeffrey Beckham. We're definitely going to look to open up, an account in a black at a black-owned bank. It goes without question. It goes without question. And I maybe even be for this venture, for this collective. You know what I'm saying? And we'll get it in, man. Like, it's nothing. It's light work. I feel like these masks are light work. I feel like everybody's on board. And you know what I'm saying? We'll just make it do to do. So I think I've been on here rambling a little too long. I'll end up showing some stuff that I ain't supposed to show. So, but I think shout out everybody out there in Periscope land, on Twitter, YouTube. Shout out YouTube, Bluetooth live stream. Miego USA, you can rock with us. MYEGO USA on all platforms, whether it's IG or we even have our gaming page on Facebook. So it's MYEGO. So I've invited some people, and we're actually going to start utilizing that page with some of our live streams, our behind the scenes live streams. So if you're not rocking with us on that, I would suggest you like the page or follow us. And then you'll be able to get the alerts from our live stream, because some of these live streams are not going to be going to my personal page. It'll be going to my business page, to be utilizing that. So I'm not necessarily spamming my business page with my activist endeavors. So yeah, we'll be going straight from there and doing the behind the scenes and the launches and stuff. So some people think, man, we sent out the invites, and I think over 100 people liked the page, which was dope. I was getting an influx of just likes, which means that people aren't necessarily turned off to my daily ramblings. But anybody's on Facebook. I got everybody who's on there is supposed to know who I am, and they know what it is, man. So they love me. So they're all friends on Facebook. Now Instagram is different. I've met people on Instagram and I don't even know who they are. They just be adding me. I be like, what? But everybody on Facebook, pretty much, I monitor my Facebook page. I know people, so my Facebook, so it's more personal. So everything on there is more so geared to all the people, and I'm just love, because it's I love just seeing all the people I haven't kept in touch with, and people who I've been catching in touch with, and it just allows me to just go in there and be inspired, constantly inspired on Facebook, and I'll just be on, it's journal for me. So anybody will be like, hey, be triggered. This is a journal for me, and I just be talking to myself. But what I'm saying, I'm really on there to keep up with family, friends, and letting them know what I'm doing, letting them know that I'm okay. I'm, sheltering in the house. I ain't being stupid, and what I'm saying, and just working, really working, putting my mind to use, putting my mind to good use. Trying not to, do too much volunteering. I was look, volunteering is cool, but you have to just, make a way for yourself to sustain. Because any ideas or anything that you want to do, You know what I'm saying? You have to have resources. So I know I have a huge assortment of human resource capital that I haven't tapped into. And the reason why, because everything wasn't the way it's supposed to be. I feel like now things, and even before this year is coming in, like, man, I had so much shit going on, man. I don't even blame COVID-19. Actually, COVID-19 inspired me. I don't blame this all on, COVID. I'm keeping my eye on, exactly how did it get here? Because I know that black folks didn't travel to Wuhan, but if that's where it came from or whatever. We don't have any money to travel. It costs money to travel to Asia, so, I've, just looked at, I don't blame COVID for whatever this is. It's like, but it's a casualty. We are casualties. You know what I'm saying? America just putting it just on, black folks or whatever. Um, the American people have lost their lives behind this. They've been affected behind this. So this is actually, what I'm saying, the collateral damage that if you were following me before on my previous live stream, I was saying, like, it ends up becoming collateral damages either through job losses, economic downfall. This is the collateral damage that comes from the COVID-19. So that's why I said people weren't dying because of COVID-19. They were dying due to complications caused by. So this is the complications that's caused by all the economic turmoil that we all have been affected by. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I was coming in, I was, releasing my shoes. I was going to the All-Star game. They had like another value of shoes that were coming out, and it's hard to get people to spend $300 on some shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, I got some people that want to do it, and can't get my shoes from Italy, can't get them from France. You're like, oh, it's gonna take 3 months. It already take 2-3 weeks, or a month to make them. You know what I'm saying? Because our shoes are customized. So it takes months to make them. So it's like that right there was always a downfall. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that it was a complication that we were trying to improve through, through our manufacturing. But I mean, even the 2 or 3 weeks was, like for one shoe. They're like one shoe will get you 2-3 weeks. Guaranteed. Like, wow. But, because all the ports and everything, it's, just double that. And, I just chose not to want my customers to wait that long. You know what I'm saying? And I was hoping to just have the capital to be able to subsidize that, take the orders, and then pay for it myself, and then just have it in lieu. And then, most of my customers are people that, that I know been shopping with me. So it's like, if I spend money, I'm going to get it back, so I'm not tripping. But all over the supply chain was just like 3 weeks, 4 weeks for everything. And I was just like, I just got to stop business. So from the job loss to that, it was just like a double whammy. But it didn't stop anything that was going on, because everything that was going on was just so magnificent. Like the fact that I got my own shoes, and I've had my own shoes, but they were being produced and people were actually like, yo, I want to purchase them. That was like, 2020 is going to be the year. And you know what I'm saying? Got nominated for an award down in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and they actually hit me up and said, when nominated, I'm actually one of the top 100 fashion and beauty award winners that's going to be held in Vegas. So we don't know if it's going to be, what's going to happen right now, whether it's going to be invite, I don't even know if I even have the money to travel to Vegas and go down there. But I mean, they say I won an award. I got to reach out to the people. And I just been ducking a lot of people right now because I'm like, yo, I got to stay focused, because even no matter what I'm doing, this is priority number one in terms I feel like it could be beneficial, and maybe it can pay off in the end. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for, again, the payment. I'm just, more so looking, what I'm saying, to make a contribution. And if, what I'm saying, and if it's done right, then the payoff, what I'm saying, will come, what I'm saying, or manifest itself, should I say it other ways. And what I'm saying, then, what I'm saying, other things, something I've already been doing would also just magnify times 10. You know what I'm saying? And it'll hopefully make sense to, what it is. Because it's like, you know what I'm saying? My say was like, yo, we're going to need the resources at this point. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know what I'm saying, what we're focusing on. Like, you know, human resource capital or monetary resource. So all of this particular stuff, you know what I'm saying, can manifest itself, you know what I'm saying, in the proper way. And that's the reason why I say with these masks and everything like that, we're not capitalizing off of the idea. What we're doing is we're definitely providing um, or we're meeting the demand. We're literally going to meet the demand. We're going to have the mask in. We're going to have the technology. And, you know what I'm saying? And again, you'll be able to reuse it. It's recyclable. We're into, you know what I'm saying, reusing. And so that's pretty much what I wanted to come, and speak to everybody about. Hopefully I haven't been, running too much, but, you can play this back. Live will be up for 24 hours or something like that. But it will be on my page or something like that, so I'll keep it there so people can just play it back. But again, we're not making these masks. We're making washable, reusable N95 masks with activated carbon filter cartridge. So each one of our masks, well, two of our masks, wait a minute, volume 1, volume 2. Okay, volume 1, volume 2, and volume 3 all have either replaceable cartridge and or valve, which volume 1 does not have. Volume 1 just has the N95 carbon activated cartridge. So if you purchase the $15 mask, it has the N95 carbon cartridge, but it does not have the breathing valve. Okay. Volume 2, which is $25, it has the breathing valve and the replaceable cartridge. So if you have a need of a cartridge, we have those two. You can replace those after 20 days, depending on the use, or you can keep them for 30 days. But I would say 10 days, you replace the cartridge with another one. But again, it's more sustainable, economically sustainable. You can dispose of the cartridge better than you can dispose of one of these masks. And yeah, so again, this is what we're doing. So hopefully, I don't even know, because before it was giving us the time, and maybe I just haven't followed what the time is. But yeah, this is getting really interesting with our restream, because again, because I was trying to do my live stream from Facebook, and they got a new platform new studio software that you can do from Facebook, and it said that I couldn't use my camera because I had to download the Google. So I was like, yo, I don't got time for that. So I just went to Restream and just rebroadcast from my private server, which I'm always worried about, but they're a dope company, and they're providing this platform, and they're redistributing the stream. So it's a multi-stream, so it's redistributing to 5 different platforms at this point. And that's because I've been just too lazy to register and upgrade. So I'm going to be upgrading soon and register for the other platforms so we can get the message out to as many platforms as possible. Because once we start doing our real behind the scenes and getting our cameras and gotta plug something in. Getting our cameras. Give me 1 second. There, I just had to plug in my computer. But, we're gonna give you guys just really behind the scenes look at some of our warehousing. We have a spot in the Gold Coast, and where we're gonna be making some of the mask and everything. We'll give you some behind the scenes look at our prototypes, at our and some of our development tools, and some of the technology. And hopefully I'm looking to do something like that as soon as next week, once we get all the masks in, and give you just more in-depth look at, like I said, what we got going on. At that point, everything's cat's out the bag at that point. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do a launch. So, but, you know, I'm excited. This is nerd stuff I get excited about. I like, you know, you know, the process of things. I like the process, you know what I'm saying? I like the tinker with processes. I'm not necessarily in, you know, the end product. By the time the end product, I'm already trying to work on something else. So I never get a chance to really enjoy, you know what I'm saying, the end product. Like once I get the mask, then I'm concerned about, because I'm just doing everything myself. I'm concerned about advertising, who I'm going to market these to. So that's why it takes me a little bit longer to get the message out and to get the sales up, because I'm just focusing on a million things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm selling it myself and pitching it to somebody. I'm saying, hey, you know, so you need this. Oh, we don't. Okay. Moving on to the next person. Oh, we need it. Okay, but it might be 5 people versus 30. But, you know, slow money is slow money, but it's show money. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's what we're going to need to make this work. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm going on because I was watching my Steve Jobs. What was that, Jobs, the movie? I was watching it on Netflix the other day too. So I'm working on my pitch to my publishers out there. I'm really trying to work on my pitch. You know what I'm saying? The businesses and everybody, let them know why it's needed, so they're not looking at me like $44 for a mask. What are you, crazy? And I talked to the rep for the pastors. You know I'm gonna hit the pastors up, man. I'm gonna hit the pastors up. I'm gonna put some money in the collection plate too, but I'm gonna hit the pastors up, man. So they better not be ducking my call, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hitting the pastors up. I'm hitting like that Black McDonald's Association. I'm hitting everybody up. And everybody you got like, man, you talking about we need masks coming up, man? You know what I'm saying? There'll be bad masks, but nobody with somebody from Chicago, one of our artists in the collectors. You know, I feel like Frank White, man. Like, you see, like Frank White in the movie, you know, he was trying to do things for the hospital, man. He was really trying to get the hospital going, so. Like, so I'm gonna go to all the stores, like, y'all got fat while we starve. Like, that's why I went up in the bodega, like, man, how much you selling them masks for, man? For you? $7.99. I was like, oh man, okay, $7.99. All right, kept another 10. All right. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Mike, man, when George Carl walked past the table. $7.99. Okay. But yeah, but to really get, you know, and I don't post everything on the page. So if you're following along, go to my Instagram story, go to my Facebook story, or even go to my Miego Facebook page and go to the story, because a lot of people don't go there, and everything's really literally reposted from my IG account to my Miego Facebook page. So if you're going to the story, and most people figure that out, they're like, oh, you know, and they go to my story, they're like, oh, it makes sense because I'm way less noisy on my story. The storyline paints the picture of what we've been doing. So people didn't know, and like, oh, they were just waiting for, you know, someone like my friends, like, I want to see the end product. I'm like, I got you. I want to see the end product. That's you know, that's the motivation you need. You know what I'm saying? You need the need. You know, people ain't, but yeah, like, yeah, let me see. Like, ain't let them people down. But yeah, you know, Facebook page are, you know, that's what we're looking for, to get, you know, I'm saying, start the back behind the scenes and stuff. But you know, if you go to our Facebook story, on my personal Facebook story, you'll be able to see what the that we were looking to implement. Um, you know, and I'll repost it up there. I think it's down now, so I don't have none of it. I got some video of the packaging I took out, everything. So you know, I'll give you guys that that behind the scenes look. So some people already seen it on IG, so I'm gonna repost that because I've been having my phone charge up, so the actual video is on my phone. So that'll be up after I get off the live stream. So just go to my Facebook story. Whenever I'm not posting on my personal page, just go to my Facebook story, and you'll be able to see. You know what I'm saying, what it is. So like I said, way less noisy on the Facebook story. You'll be able to see a breakdown. I always start with some type of picture to get you motivated, get you hyped up, and fired up, and ready to go. Super out, fired up, ready to go, and you know, then give you the liquor, then the food comes. Like technology, we're infusing this technology in our masks. So in our mask, it's not going to look like this, but it'll have the same technology, and that's the point. That's the point. And again, I approached it, and also was interesting is, let's say what's interesting. Like you guys, that's not interested in me, John. I don't give a fuck about that. But I thought it was interesting that I've been watching a lot of like I've entered this whole thing like watching movies and like okay, just keeping my mind occupied. I'm a creative, so I always have movies or music in the background while I'm creating or inspired, or because I try to stay away from the news and all of that stuff, or I try to consume it in my way, YouTube it or live stream and catch it. If I don't catch it before or I catch it during, I'll wait. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I don't, I get people to say, I don't want your energy to come down because I be in a creative space. But I've always had like superhero movies. Like that's why you always hear me, like when I design, and when I create, I come from that standpoint. So with this, I attacked the COVID in terms of, I was telling everybody like more so a Lucius Fox aspect. Like I wanted to create the tech for the superhero because essentially, you know what I'm saying, who's going to create protect the superhero from the elements and whatever. So as a designer, that's my skill. That's my that's my forte. Like when my man say stay in your lane, I was like okay, I'm gonna stay in the lane. I don't know nothing about what Dr. Fauci, you know what I'm saying, he talked about. I know a little bit, but I trust him at his word. I was like okay, whatever. Dr. Burks, whatever. Okay. What's Jerome Adams, the Surgeon General. But I was just like, how could I be a filter for the people I represent, and how can I help them? So I filtered that information and took it, and again, the masks is my contribution. And I think if it goes right, this could be something that And again, I was going with that. I've been watching. Like you get excited. I've been just watching superhero movies, whether it's Marvel, Avengers, DC, Batman, Superman. Because I've been watching Captain America: Civil War, and Black Panther. And in my mind, I'm like, we're Wakanda. We're reading this shit. This is vibranium tech, and all this stuff. So, my aspect of it, and I've been looking. I was like, I attacked it from a villain's perspective, because I was like, and I was watching The Dark Knight, and I was watching Bane, and I was like, we need some shit like that. Whatever the fuck Bane had on his mask we need that shit for this COVID-19 shit. So when you see my Facebook page, that's the reason why I had Bane up, because I was like, we need that type of mask. You know what I'm saying? Like even Batman had the wrong mask on in this COVID-19 shit. Like Batman would have been dead from COVID-19, man, because he had the wrong mask on. Like, they had the perfect mask. So I was like, And I was watching Daredevil, and I was seeing when Daredevil got his suit, and I was just like, that's real dope. So a lot of the rollout and everything, my mind state was like behind the actual villain. You know what I'm saying? And we created the mask behind what the mask, with my inspiration and my muse kind of like was, Bane's mask. And then I was looking at what Daredevil, and then I'll definitely Zuri, what Zuri had created, for Black Panther. I was like, we need that's the type of technology. So I just infused both. Like, we need the mask, we need the base, and then we need the technology. And I wanted to, fuse both, So the base was easy. I was like, base is just reaching out to, the creatives, to collect and creating a collective, which is basically a group of people that all come together, you know what I'm saying, for one specific goal, several different expertise, disciplines, and everything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, whether it's heavy hitters or just, your normal everyday, Grandma Barbara, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Grandma Barbara out there, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be making me some masks too. Hey, baby, I got some masks for you. Shout out to Grandma Barbara and Michaels, okay? And Joanne's Fabric, because, fishermen. So we're going to be going and sourcing, locally. So I'm definitely going to have local source suppliers, and because our buyers are going to be local, we're going to source local. Whether that's made in the USA, made in the city of Chicago, made in the state of Illinois. Um, and again, we'll commission different artists. The first artist I got up the bat going, point shots, we Babe Ruth in it. So this is, again, I'm just a coach, Tex Winner. I ain't even feel, I'm Tex. These boys, man, no. So listen, I'm about to get off here, but when everything is finished, we hit up all the superhero friends, and we're gonna all come together, man. Like, it's gonna be beautiful. I believe it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a beautiful New Year's, beautiful fall, September, October, November. You know what I'm saying? I'll be going to November. If this go right, I'll be going to November. I'll be going to November, man. Y'all ain't gonna see me for November. They're like, why you ain't sharing no more? I'm like, man, hopefully I'm gonna be knee deep just in some work and working. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the goal. We trying to work. We're trying to stay busy, keep our mind busy. I'm encouraging people to stay home. So despite what everybody's saying, people stay home, stay safe. But when we walk out here, we're going to support the elements. So, if buying something from Miego, that's the reason why the shoes were supposed to be a symbol of a whole new era of products that's coming from Miego, USA. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Commander-in-Chief. Shout out to, I think y'all out there, it looks like Periscope, yeah. Saw Periscope land, and what we're talking about is these N95 masks. We have washable, reusable N95 masks. So definitely, if you've been, paying attention to everything, shout out to you right quick. Commander-in-Chief out there, Periscope land. Thank you for tuning in. Just when we get off there, we got some people that's really tuned in. So thank you for tuning in. We're live from Chicago, Illinois during the quarantine. So, you know what I'm saying? And, we're out just here just trying to do right for the people. So, again, we're going to be creating our washable and reusable masks. They will be available May 18th. So next week we have 70 masks. We have 70 masks. Oh, how can you purchase? Perfect. Well, you want to purchase, you can add me on, if you're on Instagram, add me on Instagram. It's Miego USA, Myego USA. And you can just DM me. I'll give you all my information. Or you also, it's Cash App, depending on what level. We have 3 levels. We have a $15 level, a $25 level, and a $44 level. Each one comes with a reloadable cartridge, basically N95 carbon cartridge. So the $15 one is a really nice mask, and has the pocket for the filter. And all you have to do is pop the filter in, and it's usable for 10 to 20 days, and it protects you better than, it's the same technology that's used in this mask and this mask. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my email address on the screen. So just give me 1 second. And you can just reach out to me, and it takes 2 to 3 days to get to you. So wherever you're at in the United States, it'll take 2 or 3 days to get to you. So this is my email address, and then I'll give you my direct number, and you could just hit me up. So that's my direct number. And yeah, just like I said, hit me up, Myego USA at Instagram, or just any of that, and we'll get it to you. I have the technology here. I'll even send you a picture, let you pick which mask, and we'll get the mask to you. And believe me, it'll be worth it. And every mask that you purchase will help purchase 2 or 3 other masks to keep these masks in stock. So I thank you for, rocking with us, and, we'll definitely be as transparent as we can, with all this. And if you enjoy the mask, hit us up, tell somebody else about it. because again, it's about the technology behind the mask and making sure that you're protected and we're all prepared for whatever elements. And so that's what it is, And again, I'm grateful. I am thankful for what I'm saying, any of the supporters, anybody that's out there watching, and everything like that. Because again, that's what we're doing this for. That's why we teamed up with Restream. Shout out to Restream. Always gonna shout out, because this is all powered by them. Oh, see, yeah, see. Thank you. Man, I love Florida, man. It ain't nothing to get these to Florida. 2-3 days, baby girl. We gonna get them down in Florida, man. And we need them everywhere. The technology, believe you me, if it's hard to find these masks, and I realize that no matter where you are in the United States, and so that's the reason why we came up, what I'm saying, with this. But believe me, once you make sure you reach out to me, and we're gonna get them down there to you. God bless you too. See, I love this. Thank you. Thank you. See, I love people. We getting love. See, God bless you for what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you too. And like I say, reach out to us. Let me put my information back up there. So hit me up on the email or even on my number. And I'll add you on Periscope. I'm going to add you on Periscope. I'm going to get on there and add you as well so we can follow up. And however many you need, whether it's one or however many, we'll get them down there to you. United States Postal Service or FedEx or UPS, we'll get them to you and we'll make sure. So spread the word for us. And thank you. And Miego, MYEGO USA. My website is down now. But it should be back up. But I'll get all the information. But we're all on Miego, MYEGO USA on Instagram. So our Instagram page is up. It's running. If you're on Instagram, hit us up. And, we're going to reach out to everybody where they are. We're going to come to Periscope and add you, Commander-in-Chief. What's my other person name who reached out to us earlier? And Rome. Yep, and following up, that's out on Twitch. We have our Twitch page too. So shout out to the Commander-in-Chief. She said we need him in Florida. And believe me, I know in Florida, we have some of our people out there in New York, what else, and also in Georgia and also Texas. And where else? And then Los Angeles, because we have a company that's working out there in Los Angeles to create the first batch for us. And they were actually their business was affected. They were a graphic design and printing company. And, the owner was basically like, man, we've been affected from that. We had to furlough, work with part-time workers and things of that nature. So they said they just turned their shop into a shop that makes masks. So they're not doing any printing in terms of T-shirts and graphic design. Well, you're still doing graphic design work, of course, because that skill translates. But a lot of the print, even on my side, it's been slow motion for shirts. You know what I'm saying? Because people can't gather. So usually around this time, you're getting class reunion T-shirts. Shout out to Luke South. We're doing our reunion on June 4th, and unfortunately, we're not. I wanted to do the shirts. I'm still going to do shirts, but we're not going to be able to gather and rock our shirt, do that stuff. So it's kind of bittersweet in that particular aspect. So, but just from a printing aspect, you don't have that revenue that you usually get. You know what I'm saying? Church service shirts, the kids to be graduating, so the graduation tees, their class tees, you know what I'm saying, for the students in elementary and high school. Like that revenue is dried up because, people can still order them, but it won't be in group bulk orders. So when I saw the story, I was like, yo, that made me really want to, reach out to him. Like, yo, so I didn't have a lot to really, my budget. Again, I started with $500. I had to purchase all of the material masks with the budget of $500 of my own money. But I just literally worked a 2-week contract job. But I was like, that $500, as long as I get it back, I could go on the street. Or if I make $50 more, well, that's $50 worth of mat, because I wanted to make sure that I figured the production behind it. And we, streamlined the production to the point where each level, again, creates 2 to 3 masks, depending on which level. But we'll have an even less expensive, I'm not going to say cheaper, because that seems, we'll have a less expensive mask at a level, and those will be able to create again. If we create a $5 or $7 mask, that will create seven masks. So one purchase of $7 will create seven masks. Whereas eventually we'll be giving masks out for free to people that are really affected and really need it. But the technology is what not cost, but it drives it up a little bit. But we want to equip all of our masks at each level with the technology. So we're going to start essentially from the top. The $44 mask is my favorite mask because I have friends that are, athletes. They are bikers. They work out. So I want to create a mask specifically for them. So the $44 mask again, that creates two masks for every one purchase. So we'll be able to keep those in stock. So it's a roll. We're keeping things in on a rolling basis. Once soon as we get a purchase, we're going to repurchase. We're not going to, again, put money here and make money off of this. No, it's not. Because, again, the profits will come via other ventures and everything. Because we already had some things that were going down that essentially we can't do anything. We can't fly nowhere. We can't travel anywhere until this is, done. So, but this is going to be my contribution to mark, this moment. And so, as they said with 9/11, because I'm a 9/11 baby. I was in college doing the 9/11, the tax on the 9/11 towers, and that was an event for me as a freshman. What was it, sophomore? Yeah, freshman, sophomore college. So in terms of, that never etched out my mind. You know what I'm saying? The events and what transpired afterwards. And so, I looked at, COVID-19 as well. I mean, the economic collapse, we've dealt with that in 2008. It didn't seem like it because we had Barack at helm, but we were feeling the effects of the COVID now during President Trump's era. But I mean, like with all things in life, I mean, it's bad, but it's not so bad. When you look at it from a perspective, like we've been through things before, we're gonna have to get through this. We can't just lay down. You have to, get up and stay active and, figure out what's our plan, of attack. You know what I'm saying, moving forward. And so, again, my contribution to is, because one of, the artist would say, what's your contribution? You know what I'm saying? What mark are you looking to leave? Well, I'm saying, not just with this, with these masks, but just, again, just moving forward, just constantly forward thinking. You know what I'm saying? Constantly staying, on what they say, ahead of the curve. That's what I was thinking. You're staying ahead of the curve. We're looking to stay ahead of the curve with all of this that we're doing. So if everybody, goes back through our first live streams, we were saying, like, we wanted to create some type of mask. And every night I was going to sleep, like, waking up, going to sleep. All right, gotta do it. Start reaching out to people. And, got some good feedback. Got, says people that jumped on board. Not even saying jumped on board, that I got to come on board, that I felt that was vital to what I'm trying to do. What we're trying to do. Because they're already doing it. I was, doing it for, a little time. And I was just like, I mean, just from the standpoint, it's beautiful. When it all comes together like that. And the suppliers are already on board. Man, I can't trip where they're, Italy, who's been, devastated. My manufacturer's out there, my shoe manufacturer, and that's why I was just like, I'm cool with not getting those shoes until whatever, till they solve, whatever issues they have, because it's bigger than that, because that, they've, nurtured, me for 4 years in terms of how I deal with the fashion. And we have so many, like, it's even with that, like, I can tell you guys that, but we'll wait for another live stream because this is packed with a whole bunch of me just rambling going on. But I got so many opportunities with, my shoe manufacturer. They're just steadily adding, like different levels of, things I can do with them. So, like I say, the shoes were just, 2020 was supposed to have been a monument, and it still is. I'm not going to let 2020 blow my high. I'm not going to let 2020 blow my high, because I feel like it's a year of enlightenment. I feel like it's a year of vision. Whatever vision that you have, have for the future, you know what I'm saying, go forward with it. And if you need somebody like me to inspire you and to nudge you into the right direction, hopefully that's what I love doing. I love certain people that might not even thought about coming together. Like, oh shit, we didn't even know that. Oh shit, it is just so beautiful. Beautiful when they, see the end product. Like, oh, that's what he was saying. Some people get it right then and there. Like, oh, oh, okay, cool. Let's rock. Some people would, we ain't all too bright. I ain't too bright. You know what I'm saying? But, the whole point is to get it. You know what I'm saying? And people are getting it. People are waking up. You know what I'm saying? People are becoming more aware. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I was just saying, we're going to wear a mask. I want to wear the best mask. I want to wear the mask that the president not wearing on TV. Wearing the mask and all, but he probably wearing some type of mask. It ain't these. The president ain't wearing these. I'm sorry to tell you, the president ain't about to go in one of the warehouses and fall out for COVID. It's not even the vice president. I don't think it's going to happen like that. I'm not wishing that on no president because I don't want no marshal. I don't want all that stuff going on, man. These people, no. But if my black ass, I need to have one of these masks. They already said my black ass need these masks. We need them. So if we don't have access either to the technology or if we don't have access to the actual mask, what are we going to do? What are we going to get them for? You know what I'm saying? So we need people like me or just people in general that just cares that, you know what I'm saying, they're going to do what they can do, what they know they're capable of doing. I know I have, I mind, I'm a creative. I try to make things from scratch. I've always made things, you know what I'm saying, from nothing. So I'm like, if this can turn into something, I continue to get back in that way. So, that's my ramblings for tonight. Again, we'll have our washable, reusable masks that are available as soon as May 19th, 5/19/2020. 5/19. 19 is for COVID. And we have those coming, all being stocked. We have 70 limited edition masks that, again, we can turn that 70 to 140, that 140 to 280. I don't know how much that after that, so, but, to 1,000. You know what I'm saying? Got my calculator right there, but hopefully, the goal is really to do it. If I can do 1,000, if I could sell 1,000 is the effect that just 1,000, and that's not a lot. It's not. And I figure if everybody going to the bodegas and Mr. Chin, shout out to my man, Mr. Kim. Mr. Kim, that's my dude. I mess with Mr. Kim. And this ain't nothing to stop me, man. Mr. Kim, Mr. Kim take care of me. There's a real dude named Mr. Kim, so I ain't being like, my man, shout out to my man, Mr. Kim, though. But Mr. Kim will come for you, man. I got a better product, cheaper price, man. I'm about to go to Mr. Kim. Either he about to put the mask in the stove, or he about to lower that price, man. I'm about to make everybody lower their prices. That's what it is. I'm about to enter the market. I'm about to enter the market, man. So everybody's a little mask. I'm telling you right now. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's all go together, man. Because we about to bring these mask prices down. Because, hey, people say, like, oh, you do a $44 mask? Hey, they see the mask. And the people, again, those more so for the athletes and stuff like that. And even people, like I say, that really want a quality mask. It's going to be quality. It ain't something I'm just making with my hands at the crib. You know what I'm saying? My hands clean. I'm literally sketching something up, either taking it to a creator, and they're going to make it, and it's going to be standard, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't want no beef with CDC or FDA and none of that. And they're going to be quality. And we're going to even do kits. We're going to have a do-it-yourself kit to where it's just like, we'll send you a mask base, we'll send you the cartridge, we'll send you the valve, and you can create it yourself. We're doing that type of stuff. That's our mentality. That's what we're doing. So even if we're not sending you a mask, it's already complete because you're paying for the mask complete, ready to go, out the box. Put it on. Go out. Need to replace it? Get another cartridge. Put it in. Go out. Don't need to dispose of it. That's what you're paying for. So I'm trying to break it down to my people that may need that broken down. Not for the people who already know. People already know they spend. I may get $20 mask. They already know what they're gonna purchase it. People who are just on the line on the fence, just go to the stores. You'll see. When you see the mask, you'll see the difference. There's gonna be a difference in our mask versus the mask at the store, not the mask of my people. The people keep doing what you're doing. Add the technology. But the stores, that's what I'm looking to. Looking at getting bodegas. You know, everybody know my type of activism, where it stems from. Make them do business. It's the teachings. You go to them like in the neighborhood. I like the prices. Give me a little bit lower. Just a little bit. Okay. I got a product too. Not for me. Why not? Like Russell said, why not? Shout out to Russell. So I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout out to Commander-in-Chief. Shout out to everybody who's out there watching. Shout out to everybody who will watch. This is a monumental moment. I've drunk all my red wine. Just got red wine. I'm not drinking anything hard. Just a beer. Shout out to Michelob Ultra, Team Ultra, Budweiser, and 312 Goose Island. I love this 312. I love Goose Island. So that's all it is. Just wine and beer, some music, some good music. Man, that Erykah Badu and Jill fucking Scott, man. Damn. Just magnificence. Just thank you, Swiss. Thank you, Timberland. The restreaming thing, man, it's going, it's pretty good. Restream. Multi-stream, Get your website. Get you some video out there. Talk to the people. Reach out. That's what I'm doing. I'm using this to talk to people, whether it's 5 people, whether it's 2 people, whether it's 1 person, man. And that 1 person can tell 20 people, and that's what it is. So rewind this back, play this back. I had some good music going. I had some Kanye instrumentals that ran out. I was talking too long. So before we get up out of here, before I give you guys way more than I should before next week, because next week everything's set to go, and I'm going to get back and then I'm going to give you the results, because we're going to start pitching this as of today. Like I'm telling people, you see on the screen, Commander-in-Chief, she said they need him in Florida. Shout out to Florida, man. I really can't wait till they really, really open the beaches up. I love Florida. I just can't do the natural disaster. I'm a Midwestern boy. I seen tornadoes. I was like, oh my God. That let you know that there is a God. It let you know that we're dealing with higher power and Mother Nature's beautiful. So I love Florida. I literally, if I had the bread, I would move to Florida. Cali's weird. Florida, Florida. I don't know what I do. I love Florida. Miami, South Beach. You know what I'm saying? Hialeah. Where was I at? I went to Tampa Bay, went to Orlando, man, Fort Myers. I've been all over Florida. Real talk. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to get them to Florida. And I like that because I just love mailing stuff like that. I get hyped again mailing. Somebody really want me to mail these overseas. I get hyped off of stuff like that. So whenever somebody look, I want to mail it to another state other than whatever state I'm in, I'm always down for that. So I'm going to make sure you get the product. And again, shout out to United States Postal Service, because without them, I can't even get my supplies. Cause supplies is low out here, man. It's low. My man had to go all the way to Waukegan to get some. Not even Waukegan. My man said he had to go up the state line, up there to Wisconsin to get some labels for the printer, because we couldn't print labels to ship shit. It's that type of shit. You don't see these red eye newspapers out. Because it's a shortage on paper out here, people. People wait in the recession, whatever they want to tell you. But if you follow economics, you know what it is. I can't get my everyday red eye, or the free news to read, the Reader here in Chicago. They have certain publications that still produce them, but they're not. So there's a shortage on stuff. So we have to stock up now. That's the reason I would say every purchase, I'm putting more masks in stock. I'm building up my federal stockpile. Because again, if you're trying to get because the masks are cheaper in China, but you can't get any masks from China in 30 days. Like everything is June 4th. Like today is the 12th. I had some masks where I can get a large assortment, for cheaper. But guess what? It said June 16th. Well, we'll still be probably affected, by the quarantine, by them, because a lot of states are not lifting the orders no matter, the time. Like it's a phase or whatever, and it's, you're still going to need masks, but it's like, who can wait 30 days if you don't have a mask today as of May 12th? So we had to figure out a way to shorten that chain, and again, if we're going to figure out a way to process source locally, more of a streamline. But from what we have now, with the United States Postal Service, and like I say, I don't care what Trump tells me, we need them to deliver. They don't need to go on strike. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to tell old girl, she was like, oh, what you think I'm like? But I tell her, she basically told me, go back in the house. I ain't delivered your package yet. All right, my bad. I was just geeked. I was like, I need these bags. People need these bags. But she got my shit. He was like, I ordered it the 10th. Ordered the 10th at like night. I got it today. So shout out to the Postal Service because I got my package. So FedEx and UPS, you on the clock. UPS, you on the clock, man. Because if these people pay for you, because the price is built. So when you do buy the mask from us, the free shipping is already in. I've already calculated the shipping in there. I think our biggest mask is like £1. Like the $44 mask is £1 along with the tech. You know what I'm saying? It weighs not even £1 or something like that. But it's like not good. Was it 9 grams or something? Like 9 grams. I don't know. I'm just not thinking about that right now. But so it's like $5 or $6 flat weight to ship that one, and then on down to I think 1 to 3 ounces for the lower level volume one. The volume one is $15, so that one is like 3 ounces. So that's like $4 to ship. So I built that into the price. So even though you're paying $15 for it, $4 goes to United States Postal Service to ship. So that brings it down to $11, and it costs $7 to make the mask. I'm just giving you real prices. It costs to make the mask in Los Angeles. So only have $4. With those $4, again, if packaged with the $7 it already takes to make it. Because once you purchase one mask, that re-up is going to go right back in. So I'm using essentially that $11 to put back. So the $4 profit, the net, you know what I'm saying? Which that may not be the realized net, but the $4 profit is going right back in there. So, again, it can create 2 more masks if I just put the money back in there versus